Hey folks, today we're going to check out and find out everything that you need to know about in the city of Acworth. Let's get into it. Okay, so when we Google Acworth, these are the boundaries that we get, and this is actually pretty accurate. We kind of have this triangle shape here. It does go a little bit further north than this, over to this Bells Ferry Road, kind of stops at the bottom of Lake Allatoona, cuts across, down, and then we get this triangle shape here. The cities that surround Acworth are going to be Kennesaw, a little bit of Marietta, Woodstock, Canton to the north, Cartersville, and Dallas over here. Now, I point that out because it's important to know if you're searching any of these sort of cities, Dallas or Kennesaw, for example, Acworth is probably a good idea to add those things into your search. So if you're looking into Kennesaw, for example, you're trying to be in Kennesaw, I would highly suggest Acworth being in your search as well, because those two really go hand in hand. They really do bleed into one another. Or probably more importantly, I would try and think about radius around what you're trying to be close to, whether that be family or work or what have you. If you try and limit yourself to just Woodstock or just Dallas or just Kennesaw, a lot of times you're going to be leaving out a lot of different areas, like in these Acworth areas, that can really work for you, but you're cutting yourself off at the city lines. Whereas if you would think about a radius, you might have some Acworth addresses on here that are actually going to work. The next thing you need to know about is where are the county lines, because in Georgia, they don't line up with the city lines at all. Now, our county lines are going to be right about here-ish. These are approximate. Here, and then right down here in this area. So this is really important to know because Acworth is actually 4 different counties. We're going to have Cobb County down here, Cherokee County over here, Bartow County, and finally Paulding County. Now, why is that important? It's because in Georgia, the school systems are divided by the county line. So if you're living in Acworth, there are actually 4 different school systems that you could be a part of. So like we were talking about that radius idea before, if you're trying to be in a particular school district, you want to make sure you add your counties to that specific home search filter, depending on what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so if you're going to be in Cherokee, Acworth, you're going to be zoned for Etowah High School, which is going to be right over here. Cobb County, you're going to have 2 options. We're going to have either North Cobb High School right around here, or Allatoona High School right on the edge of the county line over here. If you're in Paulding County, Acworth, you're going to be zoned for North Paulding High School, which is going to be right over here. And then if you're in Bartow County, Acworth, you're going to be zoned for Woodland High School, which is going to be right over here. Now, as far as ratings are concerned, I'm not necessarily allowed to talk about a lot of that stuff, but I can at least tell you factually. If you go to niche.com, greatschools.org, then you'll see that that North Cobb area is going to be ranked the highest, then Cherokee, then Paulding, then Bartow. That being said, interestingly enough, Etowah is going to be ranked just a little bit higher than Allatoona, then North Cobb, then North Paulding, and then the Woodlands High School over in Bartow County. Now again, don't take my word for this. Do your own research, please. Look these up. Check it out on greatschools.com. Check it out on niche.com. Next, let's talk about the different ways you're going to get around in Acworth. The main interstate is going to be Highway 75, I-75. And that's a major interstate in the U.S. It's going to take you north all the way up into Michigan, south all the way to Miami. It's going to cut through Georgia and Atlanta, and up here we'll go through Acworth. Going parallel with that is going to be 41. When it cuts through here, it's going to be called Cobb Parkway. And that's going to give you easy access to Cartersville, Kennesaw, Marietta, Smyrna, down to Truist Park, where the Braves play. And you can see it runs parallel with I-75. So if 75 is backed up, Cobb Parkway or 41 is going to be backed up as well. Going east and west, over here we have Highway 92 coming from Woodstock over into Acworth. It's going to cut down through, cross over Lake Altoona. It's actually going to jump over here and then start coming southwest down into Dallas. Over here, we'll have Cedar Crest Road, which is also going to take you down into Dallas. Coming off of 41, we have Mars Hill over here. We have Acworth due west, also going north and south down into South Kennesaw. And then your other east-west road is going to be Stillsboro, and then it's going to cross over and become Seven Hills Connector going down over into Dallas. So those are your major runways over there. If you can get access to any one of these roads, it's going to give you good access to a lot of the different amenities in a lot of the other communities surrounding Acworth. All right, let's jump in and take a tour of Acworth. We'll clear all of that out, and let's zoom in here. So this is going to be your northeast corner of Acworth. Bells Ferry is going to be our border, south end of Lake Altoona. Now over here, there's not a ton in this area, to be honest with you. This is mostly going to be smaller, older neighborhoods, RV parks, campgrounds, lakefront property. But as far as development, there's not a ton going on. There is going to be Woodstock Furniture Outlet, this little Kroger shopping center right across the street from that. So if you are looking for furniture, this is a great spot to go buy some stuff. And I'll just warn you, once you buy one thing, you'll probably end up buying your whole house there. It's not necessarily the cheapest stuff, but it is really cool. All right, then we come over here and we start going south along 75. And like I said, this is the only interstate that's going to run through Acworth. You're only going to have two exits as far as Acworth is concerned. You're going to have 277 over here and 278. This is going to be Glade Road. This is going to be Highway 92 Acworth, and Highway 92 actually connects with a couple different interstates. The next exits are going to be all the way up here north in Emerson and all the way down here in Kennesaw. So you have your two exits for Acworth, and you have Emerson up here. So if you have access to these two exits, it's going to give you easy transitioned up north into Cartersville, or even up into Tennessee and Chattanooga. Or if you're trying to get down into Atlanta, if you're going to the airport, which is down here off of 85, or if you're going down into Florida and just going south, those are going to be the two ways you're going to get onto 75, is via those two exits right there. Now this one, Glade Road, is actually going to take you directly south down into downtown Acworth. And downtown Acworth is actually really cute. It's just a little shopping strip. There's nothing too much to it. There's some really nice restaurants there, like Red Top Brew House or 1885 Grill, Henry's Louisiana Grill. A lot of boutique shops there. It's super cute. The railroad tracks are running through there. Like I said, there's not too much to it. It's not huge. It's not quite as big as maybe downtown Woodstock, for example. But, if you're around there, it's a really cool place to hang out. And then really close to that, right across the street, is Logan Farm Park. It's got a nice little playground, big green space, paved walkways going around. And then down the street is Cobble Park, and they have beach sand right on the lake shore. People hang out and sunbathe. It's not too big, but it's a fun little place to hang out. It's probably one of the most popular places in Acworth to hang out for sure. And that's going to be along Main Street here. And Main Street is really interesting because if you take Main Street through downtown Acworth, down south, it'll actually take you directly into downtown Kennesaw as well. These two places are only about, maybe 7 minutes from each other, but Main Street is a good one to have access to so you can get to both of those places. And along Main Street is also going to be your North Cobb High School. So if you're in this area in the North Cobb district, then you're going to have some really good access to these two downtowns. Okay, next we're gonna go up 41, and like I said, 41 pretty much runs parallel to 75. A lot of times those roads are gonna be going in the same directions. It's a 2-lane road going both ways on 41, but in the morning all the traffic's going south, and in the afternoon all the traffic is gonna be going north. But that's going to give you easy access to Cartersville. Cartersville is super cute. A lot of really fun things to do up there. Or you can go down into Six Flags Whitewater, or like I said, it's going to take you right into Truist Park, which is where the Braves play, right down here in this Smyrna, Cumberland area. So the Braves don't play actually in Atlanta. The old Atlanta Stadium is down here, and they actually moved it up outside of the perimeter of Atlanta, which is pretty cool. So if you do have access to 41 in Acworth, it'll take you down there really easily. Now, if we start traveling back north up 41, this is going to bring us to our main development and shopping area right here along this Mars Hill, Acworth, Due West intersection at 41. So if you zoom in here, you're going to see, this is where everything is. Target, Kohl's, Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, the movie theater, Planet Fitness. Over here's the Walmart, the Aldi, the Tractor Supply. And this is really it as far as, your shopping centers and development. So if you have access to this area, you're probably in the North Cobb School District. You're going to have good access to downtown. And like I said, if you're looking in the Kennesaw-Acworth area, this is the area that you want to be. Don't be afraid to add Kennesaw into your search. Don't be afraid to have Acworth in your search. All these things bleed right into one another. All right, continuing to move up north, we have a second Walmart. This is kind of funny. They're right down the street from one another. Moving up, we come to this Paulding County. We just crossed over from Cobb into the Paulding County, and we get to Cedar Crest Road. Cedar Crest is going to come down and take us down into Dallas, and we have our first really big neighborhood, which is Governor's Town Club. $1 million homes, gated community on the golf course. This is a really nice neighborhood if you're looking for that higher end in the Acworth area. There is also a little public shopping center right over here at the intersection of Cedar Crest and 41. All of these intersections to the major roads, if they're a thicker line on Google Maps and they cross one another, there's probably going to be some sort of shopping center there. If we continue down further south on Cedar Crest, we're going to come to the Bentwater neighborhood. Let me zoom in on that real quick. Right here, and you may think it's just here, but actually Bentwater is huge. It is a city in a city. All of this is going to be the Bentwater neighborhood. It's got a golf course, it's got pools, amenities, tons of different housing, anywhere from the 350s all the way up into the 8s and 900s. So whatever you're looking for is probably going to be in the Bentwater area. And to the point where there's even these little kind of micro shopping centers built off of Cedar Crest just because there's so many people living in Bentwater. Now, if for whatever reason you don't find what you're looking for in Bentwater, right across the border into the Dallas area on Seven Hills Connector is going to be the Seven Hills neighborhood, which just like Bentwater, it's very large, takes up a lot of Dallas. If you live in Dallas, you're probably living in that Seven Hills area. So if you don't find what you're looking for up in this Bentwater area, check out the Seven Hills. And similar on this side, if you're looking in this Paulding County, Acworth area, go ahead and make sure you have Dallas in your search as well, because a lot of those Dallas addresses are probably going to work with whatever it is that you're trying to get close to. All right, let's zoom back in. We're going to cut across going east and west on our Seven Hills connector, and we'll cross over onto our Highway 92 going north and south. This is going to bring us to Allatoona High School, which is our second Cobb County high school. Like I said, this is technically going to be ranked a little bit lower than Etowah High School, but this North Cobb area, as far as a general county is concerned, is going to be ranked a little bit higher than Cherokee High School, but take that with a grain of salt. Again, do your own research. A lot of these are going to be very comparable. Altoona High School is a great high school. North Paulding High School is a great high school. Etowah High School is a great high school. So a lot of these are pretty similar, but if you're looking for very specific rankings, make sure you go ahead and check out greatschools.org or niche.com. All right, continuing west over on Seven Hills Connector, it's going to switch over into Old Stillsboro. We come to our third park here, which is Altoona Creek Park. This is a really awesome park in the sense that it's not actually a park, it's actually a system of trails for walking, hiking, biking, what have you. And it's actually a lot bigger than you think. It goes all the way up to the border of Altoona, Lake Altoona, all the way south down here. A lot of really excellent trails. So if you're looking to get outside and move a little bit, this is a great place to get into. And that is our tour of Acworth. If we check out the borders here, like we talked about before, we have our roads, we had our county lines, we talked about the different schools, we talked about the different parks. If you do have any questions, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My name's Joel. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Metro Atlanta area. I would love to be your realtor if you're looking to buy or sell your home. I'm always happy just to answer questions or have a conversation. My info is below in the description, or you're going to see it right here at the bottom of the screen. If you like this, if that was helpful, if that was enjoyable, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you can be up to date on everything that's going on around Atlanta. Again, my name's Joel. If you're in the market, please give me a call. I'll see you in the next one.